You know, one of the memories that I have of Christmas when I was raising all of our kids is how crazy it was. Um, Not just because of the number of kids, but a lot of the reason it was so crazy is because of the expectations that I put on myself. Because I wanted Christmas to be magical for my kids. I wanted it to be spiritual. I wanted my kids to connect with Christ. I wanted to maintain all the traditions that I'd grown up with. I wanted to start new traditions for my kids. And Dennis had traditions that he wanted to repeat. And all these, he wanted me to learn to make this candy that his mother made called bonbons. And I had no interest in making candy. And it was this real detailed recipe with this long list of ingredients and 10 steps. And that added pressure. And by the way, I never learned to make them. Somehow I managed to get out of it. But I realized looking back on it that a lot of the stress that I felt, and I did feel a lot of stress, was self-imposed. I think my encouragement for moms today, and honestly, I think moms today have more reason to be stressed even than I did because of Pinterest and the internet. I think there are a gazillion ideas out there, and so many of them are beautiful. They look easy, and it's so easy to see those and go, oh, I could do that. Oh, I could do that. That's not hard. And yet, adding one thing to another thing to another thing is adding stress, and we don't realize it until we've committed ourselves to it, and then we're just exhausted or snipping at the kids or impatient with our husbands or whatever, and then we go, that wasn't worth it. So I think, in an ideal world, and oftentimes we know the truth, but we don't act on it. But really and truly, everything isn't necessary. And I think if I could encourage young moms today about the holidays with about just one piece of advice, my piece of advice would be, don't worry about what everybody else is doing. Don't even look at Pinterest. Decide what's important for you and your husband and your children and your extended family, because you've got to factor them in. But pull back to the basics and just look at what must be done, what's most important. Then you're not feeling like a failure all the time because you're not living up to this expectation that nobody could possibly meet. So I'm speaking from experience on that one because I tried to do way more than I should have tried to do. And I learned the hard way. And it took me a long time. So maybe you can figure it out a little earlier and make progress.